Well, hi guys, Squirrel here, and do you remember this? Do you remember my Scania? My Squirrel Nut Scania? It has been resurrected. I'm back in career mode, guys, and I've got a few things to tell you today. Just look at this view though. Very early morning, and we are currently in Felixstowe, which of course is down the southeastern part of the UK. Quite near. This is actually my base for trucking nuts. I'm hoping to pick up a job. I've got a particular trailer that I want to take today, but we'll have to see if it's available. Let's get back inside the truck. Okay, there are a few things I want to tell you. First of all, this is going to be quite amusing because I've got a Logitech G27 steering wheel. It's got a H shifter. I'm going manual. It's gonna get funny. Bear in mind, I'm used to a joystick with automatic transmission. I've had a go of this. There's buttons everywhere. I've remapped everything, but honestly, you're gonna see me cock some things up today. Manual transmission. Don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, but let's start off. By looking for a job. Now I'm hoping there's going to be out of Felixstowe a particular trailer that I have installed. Yeah, hey! Any more? Yep, there it is. That one. Look at that. It's a yacht. It's like an expensive yacht, I assume. Most yachts are expensive. 14 tons, straight over to Berlin. Pays 20k. How far long left? Offer expires in 1 hour 43. Let's see if I can get over there without messing this up. Right, here we go. So, let's get comfortable. Start engine button. That worked. Parking brake. I've even got some of these buttons. Depress the clutch. Stick it into reverse. And here we go. So you see my steering is deadly accurate now. This is the best part about this. Deadly accurate steering. Just goes exactly where I want it to. The downside is I have to keep remembering to brake because I'm used to just pulling the throttle back and that'll be the brake. It's not quite that simple anymore. Not by a long shot. Also, the force feedback was kicking in there, so you can't obviously see that bit. It made the steering wheel judder around as I went over the... oh, there we go. As I went over the rumble strip, because they've added the rumble strip physics in now. Oh wow, I'm not really sure what gear to be in at the moment. I'm very much getting used to the whole revs. One thing's for sure though, I'm going to be driving a lot slower than usual, because I really need to get used to this. It looks like this delivery was just round the corner, and how appropriate that we're just by the sea that we're picking up a yacht. Yeah, the gearing. Oh my god, the gearing. So obviously you've got your H shift, so you've got your 6 positions, and then you've got to pick a key, which basically... so you've got 1 to 6 gears, and then you've got to pick something which then shifts it. Yeah? Like that. So that went from 3 to 9. You see my gear there, so if I press the shift key, it goes from 1 to 7. So 1 to 6, and then you shift, and you get 7 to 12. And then reverse is you depress it, and pull it back, so it's a bit more kind of like a real... what the hell is this delivery, by the way? Am I going the right way? I think I am. It's a bit more like a real reverse in that respect. Now, from what I understand of the Scania gear layout... okay, where's this delivery? Left. No, I want to go left. Don't you dare, Get out of there. Yeah, you can see me struggling. It's not a case of just whacking the throttle in now and just bouncing around the countryside. It's a hugely different experience, and it's going to have a big impact on my driving. There we go. Whew. Right, so that was part 1. It's in the video there because I managed to get that. No, not really. Right, I managed to get the yacht. I've got the job. That's the start of this. I can tell you this is going to be a fun mission purely because of this driving. So one of the things I'm also looking at doing is I've got a webcam, and Let's reverse this, because obviously you can't actually see my steering or my gear changes and stuff. I'm looking at that. Maybe for the live streams. I've not decided whether to do that for the videos, but certainly for the live streams it's something I'm considering doing. So that, let's get this trailer, there we go. Let's move forward a bit. I don't think we need the lights on anymore, do we? Oh, I've remembered the button for that. Let's have a quick look at this trailer, shall we? Let's pull up there, whack on the parking brake, and have a look outside. If I can remember the button. That button, there we go. Actually, let's just turn the engine off. That's better. Alright, so the yacht's not quite as big as I thought it would be. It's quite nice though. It looks like a 4-berth I would guess at. I wouldn't mind one myself. I do like the trailer wheels. Look how chrome they are. Wow. I should have got some chrome wheels fitted on my truck. But that's quite a nice yacht actually. So we're going to take it to somebody in Berlin. I don't really know why they'd want it in Berlin. I would have thought they'd want it on the coast. We've got the Scania R620, which is obviously a 620 brake engine. Let's start this engine back up. Right, let's make a move, shall we? Park and brake off. Yeah, feel free to count the number of cock-ups I make in this video. Be it either gear changes, or leaving my parking brake on, or pressing the wrong buttons, because obviously, if you've ever seen the Logitech G27 wheel, you'll know that it has quite a few buttons on it. So just on the steering wheel itself, you've got 2 paddles, a bit like the paddles you get on a Formula 1 racing car. I could use those for gear changes if I wanted to, but I wanted to use the H shifter. You've also got 6 buttons just where the thumbs are, which you can use for various things. I'm using those for things like the horn and the indicators and some other stuff that I can't remember, which I will in time start to remember this. Until it becomes automatic though, I am going to struggle. Are you staying there, pal? God, I'm even making it sound like a real truck. Can you hear the concentration? Commentating whilst concentrating on this kind of stuff. Like I say, until this gets automatic, it's going to be very difficult. Okay, we see some speed cameras up above. But we're not even doing 30 yet, that's fine. And then there's the paddle shifting up into 7 to 12 range. It just adds to the complexity. Yeah, so there's 6 thumb buttons, 2 paddles on the steering wheel. Obviously you've got this lovely leather force feedback steering wheel. And then on the H shifter, obviously you've got the H shifter itself. Then you've got 4 kind of red buttons that I'm using for things like the engine stop and the map and that kind of thing. Above that you've got looks like if you've ever seen an Xbox controller, the left thumb kind of, sorry, is that left thumb? Yeah. The sort of D-pad thing, basically one of those. I use that for all of my camera views. And then finally you've got 4 north, south, east, west buttons above that. So you've got huge amounts of buttons. Let's make it go now. Did you hear that gear? That's the second gear for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe somebody can explain to me who knows. Is that second gear meant to sound like that? That's basically second and what's that, 8th? And it sounds so weird. Almost sounds like the gearbox is broken. I got the truck repaired, but it didn't seem to make any difference. Oh, this is so weird. Oh my god. This is so strange. This is the first... I mean, I basically jumped in this truck and just had a quick go of it. Set up all my configuration, but honestly, this is the first delivery. The first time driving a trailer with this wheel. And I basically did this because I want you to see me learning as I do this. Because I just thought it would be really fun and interesting for everyone. I could have just sat here and learned how to use this, but I decided not to. Let's just see if that was the right decision. It could end up with me and the trailer on our side for all I know. Oh, listen to that. I can actually control... I can actually control the revs going up those hills. That's fantastic. This steering wheel, the Logitech G27 steering wheel, is not a cheap steering wheel. It's a very expensive steering wheel, I think. In the UK, it's £270, which has got to be about $400 or something like that. Very expensive purchase. And I have to say, I've got to thank somebody. The reason I have this wheel, the reason I'm able to bring you these videos with this wheel, is down to one of my followers, which I've got to mention him. I can't not mention him. A chap called Erland. I presume that's how you say his name. It could be Erland. It's E-R-L-E-N-D. Basically, he's known in the stream as Whiteland92. He's a chap from Norway. And basically, he heard that I wanted a G27 steering wheel, and he made it possible. That's all. That's all he can say. He basically made it possible. He got me the G27 steering wheel. What can I say? I owe him a debt of gratitude. I think we all owe him a debt of gratitude. It's just such a huge gift. But he enjoys my videos, he enjoys my streams, and he really wanted me to play with it, and so sent me one. So, Whiteland92, Erland, you're an absolute star, and I'm very much enjoying this steering wheel, I have to say. Oh, come on, that was the wrong gear. This is going to be part of the problem we're having because I'm manual gearing it up now, is just knowing which gear to use. That's the brake. That's an interesting noise. Now, down the bottom there on the where the left and right thumbs are, I've got increase and decrease retarder. Now, if you look at my steering wheel, when I activate that, watch the stick on the right. You can hear it, yeah? So I now have access to the retarder. Whether I remember to use it or not going down those hills, I don't know. Now, the reason, obviously, I mean, truckers would know this, but the reason you have these kind of engine retarders is because, you know, if you imagine you've got a truck, you've got a heavy load, you're going down a hill, that's a lot of weight, it's a lot of energy to slow down. So you can't just keep hitting the brake all the way down because you'll basically overheat the brakes and they won't work anymore. I'm going to get in this lane here. So, whoa, dude, come on. Why do we always have to do that? Go away, go away. Pull him away back in. AI, God's sake. So yeah, you've got access to the retarder, which now I've got a steering wheel, I've got loads of buttons, so I can basically use the retarder manually. And that effectively just gives you some engine braking. Let's put it that way. The simple way is it gives you engine braking like this, which allows you to control your descent without having to use the brakes, which means you don't overheat your brakes, because your brakes really should be for stopping, not for slowing down. In simple terms, obviously. But yeah, on trucks that's the real problem, overheating brakes, because you've got such a huge momentum, so much mass, so much energy to disperse. You hear the rumble strip? It's hilarious. Some people don't like that. I don't know if you can turn it off or not. But I've got it turned on, and I've got the force feedback on as well. We need to slow down. We're at 30 miles an hour. We are now speeding. Knowing which gear to be in at a certain speed is a skill I'm going to have to learn. Obviously, when you're a car driver, you learn this when you drive your car. As a truck driver, he would obviously learn his truck and his gear ratios and what works at what speed. It's something I'm going to have to learn. But one of the things I'm finding slightly tricky is when I turn the wheel, the indicator button obviously goes round with it. It would be kind of nice to have indicator sticks, but yeah, that's a luxury, isn't it? I have got paddles, I could use those, but I prefer to use those for the shifter. The right one I use for the shift up, and the left one I use for the parking brake. Well, that's a speed camera. Oh, it's alright. I keep thinking, I did say I'm going to be driving slower, and I'm not kidding. I am driving a lot slower than normal. Even then, let's turn right here. I wasn't even doing the speed limit, whereas normally I'd be flashing through there. Let's move forward a little bit. I'm not happy with that position. A little bit too much early braking. Ooh, so parking brake on. I'll tell you what, one of the funny things was when I got this wheel, because obviously down at my feet now I've got all of the pedals, accelerator, brake, clutch. Hello, sir. Oh, we're going, crap. And when you push against these buttons, Oh, listeners, I can't get the... oh, I'm in the wrong gear. So I'm trying to start that in 7th gear because I totally forgot that I had to shift it back down, sorry. I was about to say something and I got distracted. Damn it. I'll remember. Oh yes, is this where we want to go? Yeah. I've got a chair with wheels, right? And I started to use the pedals on this thing, and they're quite stiff to press down. There's quite a lot of resistance. Let's brake on that. Which basically meant we're off to Europort. As I pressed down on the pedals, my chair went backwards. So I press down, my chair goes backwards, which is actually impossible to then brake or accelerate. So I had to swap my chair out just when I'm driving this thing. I have to swap my chair out for something that's not on wheels. Otherwise, as I press brakes, I end up at the back of my office. No word of a lie. Which was an interesting thing. I didn't actually anticipate that one. Okay, I'm quite liking this manual steering. I think I just went over the curb with that trailer, which was very naughty. Probably fail your test for that kind of thing. I have to give way. Anything coming? Nope. Roads are quite quiet this morning. Well, this tea time I should say. It was morning. There we go. So how far have we got? We've got 439 miles, 11.5 hours. That should be plenty of time. I am driving on the wrong side of the road. I've just realised. And you're all sitting there going, "Squirrel, you freaking idiot." I do it every time I come out of here. I've been driving around the UK for a little while, in my other trucks as well, and what can I say? I've just started the game and totally forgot to change direction. The last time I came through that bloody Europort, I did exactly the same thing. What a plank. I told you I'd make mistakes, so you can add that one to the list. At least I'm getting the gear changes right. Look, I went up into 7th correctly. I should get bonus points for that. It is difficult, you know. I think I tweeted out and put it on Facebook. It's getting the slow lane. Well, you get this wheel with the H shifter. This game is I've been playing this game since the start of the year. And this game, when I got this wheel, just transformed the game for me. It's a very different experience now. And I thought, you know, I'd experienced everything to experience in this game, but nope. Get yourself a stick shift and a steering wheel, and suddenly it's a whole different ball game. So I am in career mode, and let's get off the rumble strip because that's really annoying. I am in career mode. I've got 222,000 money, but I owe 320 to the bank. So one of my priorities is to basically repay that loan, and then I might try and build some cash, or I could just basically invest, get another loan, and just buy a new garage and some more drivers and trucks. I haven't decided. I don't want to get... What the Thanks, pal. I don't want to get straight back into debt having just got out of it. Oh, crud. I'm in the wrong lane. Because of him, I wasn't really watching. Here comes a coach. 2 cars, a coach, another car. And finally I get to move. And I'm starting in 7th gear. Of course I am. That shifter is going to take some time to get used to. Did you hear 2nd gear then? It makes a horrendous noise. And I have no idea why. So yeah, you can expect for the next couple of videos, you can expect me to make all kinds of weird mistakes. And you can expect my commentary not to be quite as smooth as possible, as usual, because I'm having to adapt and concentrate on all this extra stuff. But I figured, like I say, that would be better than just getting used to it all and then going, there you go guys, I now drive this. Because there's no sense of change. I mean, you know I'm an experienced trucker in this game. And if I'm struggling with this wheel and H shifter, then you can imagine what kind of change it really makes to the game. And I wanted you to experience that shift in kind of playability. I think I'm going to have to take the dead zone out of that steering wheel. I've got a little bit of a dead zone, and I think that's just a hugely bad idea. Let's do that now. So if I go into options, controls, steering wheel, I should have a dead zone here. Steering axis dead zone. I'm just going to get rid of that completely. Because as I'm turning the wheel, I'm getting a kind of a slight lag. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. That's exactly what I would expect from a wheel. Any slight movement from me translates into a turn of the wheel. You have a dead zone on the joystick normally because you know, it's kind of hard to get it centered properly, and a dead zone stops it from going crazy because they're very rarely perfectly centered, whereas this wheel is fine. So what I was saying, I want to basically repay that loan. The other thing is I think I'm level 22 in the game. The next engine upgrade for me is level 25. So in terms of this career mode, I want to get some more money. I want to get to level 25, get a bigger engine for this Scania. I think we have to change gear. That's better. And then maybe think about Whoops. I could hear a weird noise. Opening a new garage and some more trucks and some more drivers. Which is kind of cool. I've got a straight on junction coming up. Whoa. Wow, did I just hit that? What just happened? Oh shit! Oh shit, the yacht hit it! Uh-oh! That was not expected. I'm in a bit of a... Well, not in a bit of a pickle, I'm in a huge pickle now. Because I've got a huge row of traffic behind me, I can't go forward, can I? And if I start going backwards, I'm going to get crash damage. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is... There you go. This has just turned into a disaster video. I'm going to have to push everybody out of the way. Or at least hope I can push everybody out of the way. Maximum revs. Come on. I can't push them anymore because I don't think I'm going to be able to go under this bridge full stop. Perhaps if I can get in that lane. No, it's just going to stop me every time. Come on, guys. I need to get out of here. I'm going to have to turn around. I'm going to have to find a different alternative way to do this. If I can get that trailer past them there... Yeah, that's pretty inevitable, I'm afraid. Come on. This isn't happening. This isn't happening, and I can't turn round. I could ditch the trailer. What are my options here? I could ditch the trailer. I could call for assistance. Don't really know where that's going to put me, of course. The other thing I can do is save it and load it back in, and those cars will then disappear. And then I can at least reverse out of here. Because right now I can't do anything. Not why I've got this lot behind me. Let's put the parking brake on. I think I'm going to have to do that. Well, this was unexpected. Yep, let's save this and load it back in, and those cars should have disappeared. I'll have to do that. Right, we've got a slight change in plan. If you notice where I am, I'm here basically, and there's not really a lot of alternatives if you want to get over to Berlin. Short of going this kind of direction, which is going to take a very long time and get me a very big penalty. However, my hope is if I call for assistance, chances are I'm going to get chucked here somewhere rather than here. So let's give that a try. What do we do? Not F4. Come on, F3. F7. Press enter. Do you want to call for assistance? And your truck will go to Amsterdam. Yep, that's absolutely fine. 430 quid. 2 hours wasted. Right, so where are we now? We are in Amsterdam, and there was a bridge problem here. God alone knows if there's going to be a bridge problem all the way down here. If there is, if we've got a height restriction all the way down here, we're utterly screwed, because height restrictions are not shown on the map in this game, which is very annoying. Obviously the default trailers don't have this problem. But, you know, it wouldn't hurt to put the information on here. You can see there are bridges, but what height is that bridge? What height is that bridge? And where is that bridge? Not even marked on the map. Who knows? This could turn out to be a very short trip to Berlin. We'll just have to see. Okay, what are we in? First gear, parking brake, on or off? Off. Let's see if we can get this thing delivered. What time are we meant to be there? 4:15 tomorrow. Wow. Wow. I'm going to have to drive through the night, I'm afraid. Now I have turned off the fatigue simulation, because my plan was to drive through the day, sleep at night. Am I going the wrong way? I think I'm going the wrong way. Yes, I am going the wrong way. Oh well, we'll just go this way. But yeah, that's kind of cocked everything up, that has. We'll just have to see how it goes, I'm afraid. This is a bit like my other disaster videos, in that I have no idea what's going to happen next. Is this going to go horribly wrong, or are we going to manage to get there? I suspect it'll go horribly wrong. I don't think that's going to be the only bridge of its kind between here and Berlin. And I don't know the height of my trailer, and I don't know the height restrictions en route. Unlike a proper truck driver, I can't actually plan this. Yeah, Scania's pulling the Yacht well anyway. I think the Yacht only weighs 14 tons or so, so in that respect it shouldn't be a problem. So, what else we talk about? Right, so you guys are probably thinking... I keep getting asked the same questions, actually. But one of the most commonly asked questions is, Squirrel, are you going to do... Particularly, obviously, I've got a new PC, which I haven't actually mentioned in the video yet. I have got a new PC. A lot of the guys that follow me on Facebook and Twitter tend to keep the finger on the pulse a lot more than people who just watch the videos. Which is fair enough. That's absolutely fine. If you want to know more about me, then obviously follow me on Facebook and Twitter. You'll get more up-to-date news. But one of the reasons why, let's get the right gear, I've not been posting so many videos is because I've changed my gaming computer completely. I hate that second gear thing. If you want to see all of my hardware specs, they are on my Twitch page. So, twitch.com/thesquirrelsnuts, and if you scroll down you'll see all the hardware listed there. That's the best place to go and see my hardware spec. Now, I did a setup video many moons ago. It's called Dedicated Gaming Room. That was quite a while ago, and although I'm still in the same room, the hardware I use has utterly changed. So I did promise I'd do another setup video. I have a week off in August coming up, and it's my intention to get the camera back out and do a hardware setup video, show you where I'm in my room again. But obviously that means I have to tidy up, which is kind of why I've been procrastinating the whole thing, because tidying up my room is quite honestly going to take me a whole day, because I've got boxes and, you know, crap absolutely everywhere. What gear are you in? 10? I think we can go for 11. So I'm going to have to tidy it all up, and then I'll basically show you my triple monitor setup, my gaming rig, the steering wheel, the microphone setup. Just, you know, go through everything basically. Should be excuse me, should be an interesting video, I think, and I shall do that. That will be tail end of August.